to think about it. Life's not gonna get me down. There's nothing can stop me. Gonna make it in this town. I've got a rainbow in my pocket. I've got a dream that just won't die. I've got money my parents gave me, so it's about time I learn to fly. Doing it my way, seeing it my way. Got a lot of love to share. Life's a big banana sandwich.
Sayle Show. Coca-Cola, the most popular drink in the world. You know, Coca-Cola is actually so called because when it was devised in the late 19th century, it actually contained cocaine. Yeah, of course, they've changed it now. It's got much more dangerous stuff in it now. It wasn't unusual right up to the 1930s for so-called tonic drinks to actually contain all kinds of narcotics. For example, people used to drink laudanum, which was a straight narcotic, and there was Dr. J. Collis Brown's Look at the Squirrels, Look at the Squirrels, Ah, the Flowers Are Biting Me, opium tonic. You know, when you see those old bits of footage of, like, the 1890s or something, and all the people in the film, their movements are all kind of jerky and sharp, it's not because the film's been speeded up. No, it's because they're all coked out their heads. They're all actually going, if you could hear them, they'll be going, yeah, let's do lunch. Yeah, yeah, I've got to meet the Channel 4. Hey, I love your jacket. Another interesting thing about those old bits of films, have you noticed that the shape of them is square, more or less the same shape as the TV? But with the advent of mass television ownership in the 1950s, cinema makers were forced to try and offer what the television couldn't. One of the things they decided to do was to expand their films sideways and to produce new formats. The first of these, which shaped the screen like this, was called Panavision. The Panavision widescreen format was shaped like this, and CinemaScope was shaped like this. And Periscope, which shaped the screen like this. But with many of these formats, you needed special equipment to watch the films in the cinema. For example, with 3D films, you needed to wear special glasses to get the supposed three-dimensional effect. And with Periscope films, you needed to watch them in the cinema through a system of mirrors contained in a toilet roll tube. Also, many of the filmmakers tried to make films that suited their format. So, for example, in CinemaScope films like How the West Was Won, horses and cattle were always hair-thin across the vast vistas of the screen. Similarly, in 3D films, people were always throwing stuff out at the viewer, you know. Famous 3D films include Invasion of the Projectile Vomiters and The Bloke Who Threw Stuff at Another Bloke. Famous Periscope films include The Giraffes of Wimpole Street, It's a Giraffe, Giraffe, Giraffe World, and Jurassic Park.
Lady Helen, lovely to see you all, baby, Lady Helen. Yeah. Lady Helen, no, real Lady Helen. Come in, Lady Helen. Lady Helen, Lady Helen, and the royal baby, Can you throw the royal baby a couple of feet up in the air, Lady Helen? Just a couple of feet up in the air with the royal baby, Lady Helen. Whoa! Lady Helen, Lady Helen, can you juggle with the royal baby? Juggle with the royal baby, Lady Helen. Juggle. Lady Helen, can you juggle the royal baby? But with these two ferrets in the royal baby, Lady Helen. Juggle with the two ferrets in the royal baby. Lovely, lovely, Lady Helen, can you drop kick the royal baby? Can you drop kick the royal baby like a rugby ball? Can you drop kick it? Can you drop kick it? There we go. We missed that, Lady Helen. Can you do it again? It's all right, we'll get it. We've got ladders. Can you, like, oh look, Prince Philip! Oh, lovely. One more.
Hey, what's this?
What is it, Papa?
The milkman. I think he shortchanged us.
Oh,
he make a mistake. Let it go. I say we take him out! He has no respect for his family, no respect!
Sonny, you heard your mama. Sit down.
Papa! Papa, we're gonna let him get away with this? What happens next? We get some bad yogurt? We're gonna let him get away with that, too?
Let me talk to him. I can talk to him.
I've said what I'm gonna say. You know what I think.
Bloody sod you then. All right, who wants to see me tape? Who wants to see me tape? Good, okay. Now, this tape, all right, this is a show that I made, a pilot television show for my own kids' show called Bobby Chariot's Runabout, it's called. And I made it for Border Television, and it's on the desk of the network controller as we speak. Yeah, we made it in 1989, so we should hear very soon. Okay. Whether they're going to make it into a series. Anyway, it's coming up on your monitors. Bobby Chariot's Runabout, kids show. It's your question, all right? Okay. What colour hat was Indiana Jones wearing in that clip?
What clip?
Well, show the clip! Show the clip! Show the clip!
Ram.
It's... Team, you scored, right, 130,099,834. So it all depends on this question. Now, you filled the bobiometer up to 5, right? That's a sports question. Great, okay, what's the biggest mountain in the world?
That's not a sports question.
Yes, it is. It's a mountaineering question. You little... All right. What's the biggest question in the world?
The biggest question.
Now, what's the biggest mountain, you little... Crying? Please stop crying. Look, you can still win the pen. It's a runaround pen. It's like... Oh, shit.
Two cows standing in a field, right? Suddenly one goes, moo. The other one turns to it and says, you bastard, I was just going to say that. I've just moved to the country, though. I've got a small holding. Yes. A lot of my friends have also moved to the country to start, like, organic farms. But I think they're often too sentimental, you know, about animals and stuff. I mean, some friends of mine recently who had an organic farm, I realised that they were too sentimental when I saw that in their back door they had a cow flap. A lot of other friends of mine, they buy houses in France, get away from it all, you know, they buy a slum in France, like they buy a house so old it's got an outside bidet. The reason all these people move to the country is because they're having children. Everybody I know is having kids now. I mean, when I go to parties these days, the only white powder around is talcum powder. So no change there.
Hey, Mama, Papa, Fredo just said his first words.
What were they?
Wise ass.
Oh.
Those were my first words, too.
Look at these shoes, covered in poodle shit. You know it's Mrs. Henderson's dog that keeps fouling the pavement outside.
What, Madame Woo-Woo?
Too goddamn right it's Madame Woo-Woo, that little shit machine. If I get my hands on that little bitch, so
What's
help me
the
up.
problem? We go to the Residents Association. They have a few words. Everything's okay again.
The Residents Association? What are they gonna do? Mention it in a newsletter? You want something done, you gotta do it yourself.
Son, I want you to think carefully about this. If we got a problem, we can sort it out.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes?
2 parcels for you.
Oh, 2. Oh, that's...
Oh, typical. Whenever you want a dodo, there's never one around, is there? But you know, when you're an artiste, such as myself, you have a burning passion to express your oeuvre. Oeuvre. It's French for egg, isn't it? Yeah, you have a burning passion to express your egg. But so when you're a celebrity, you should use your fame to help good causes. I actually do a lot of work for animal rights organisations and anti-vivisection groups. Now, people say by way of criticism that us animal rights fanatics, we only like animals because we're emotional cripples and we can't relate to people. Not true. Not true. I don't like bloody animals much either. But I do have a pet, or an animal guest, as we call them now. It's a scaly ant-eating creature that comes from Africa. Goes round starting fights in pubs and nutting people. It's a hard vark. Also, I did think about getting an eel as a pet. But I was a bit worried because I thought it might get a bit of food stuck in its throat, you know. And I think it'd be really difficult giving an eel the Heimlich manoeuvre.
2 drunken Englishmen are accidentally sucked into an ever-changing vortex of past and future ages. Doug Hatton and Tony Kirby, without a change of clothes in several months, now tumble helplessly towards an exciting new adventure along the infinite corridors of time.
Dance, Salome.
And if I do, King Herod, ruler of Galilee and Perea, you will deliver me the head of John the Baptist.
Yes, of course. Just do the dance and get the veils off. The main thing is to get all the veils off.
Yes, O great ruler.
Drunk in Time. This week, Disco Inferno.
Where are they?
They seem to be in biblical times, somewhere in the Middle East.
The Middle East? Where the hell is that?
It's just...
I know where the Middle East is. God damn it, I'm a general. Not some fresh-faced kid in a check shirt and dungarees pitching hay on his folks' farm. Anyway, can you get him out of there?
Where are we? I think we're in a strip club. I love a stripper.
I'm an exotic dancer, actually.
Well, get him off then, love.
Let's get him out for the chaps. Excuse me a second, who are you?
I'm Doug, and he's Tony. And you wouldn't have a drink, would you?
Yes. Just wait till after this. That was fabulous.
But now, you must deliver your part of the bargain.
Yes, of course.
Hey, what's that? I think it must be from the takeaway.
Well, pizza, chicken and chips, give us a leg.
All right. Who ordered the head?
Next week, another bleary-eyed episode of Drunk in Time.
It's good, this warm-up stuff, though, you know what I mean? It's good, because one of the things that's good about it, right, is that it's all like backhand there, you know, in the back pocket, in the BP, you know. Notes like, you see, my usual stand-up, you know, when I do the clubs and all that, you know, I get paid like, and it's a check, and the tax know about it. With this, like, you know, you don't have to declare it, you know. And you can claim all kinds of other crap as well that you can get away with. You know, I can claim me Jag because I'm sleeping in it and all that, you know. And, you know, I mean, the child support agency are never going to find me because I keep on the move and I'm always ducking and diving, you know what I mean, all that sort of stuff, you know. Anyway, you're a lovely-looking lass. What do you do?
I'm a tax inspector.
Bloody security cameras, shut off, go away. I can never get away with anything. Even when I was a kid, I could never get away with things like shoplifting because it seemed like my parents knew exactly what I was thinking. Then I realised a few years later that I was dyslexic, right? And I'd been writing down all my innermost thoughts in a diary. But kids these days, they're such little consumers, aren't they? And one of the reasons for that is because all the cartoon characters on telly, they're just toys, aren't they, really? Like My Little Pony or Transformers or Morphin Power Rangers. Kids' cartoons are just protracted adverts for toys, right? Products. I mean, what's going to be next? The daring adventures of Persil, the exciting adventures of the Cat-O-Meat 5, in which Tuna and Pilchard battle the evil Dr. Safeway while Turkey and Vomit search for the magic orb. Kids become so, you know, they're so consumerist. They go on and on at their parents. I want this, I want that, I'm gonna have this, I want that. The mothers become distracted, and like at Christmas, they've got to get their kid like the hippest toy. I mean, I know a woman who lost an eye, right, in the Cabbage Patch Doll riots of 1989. And there was like about 400 people killed worldwide in the Tracy Island Wars of 1992.
Papa, what's the matter?
It's Mr. Shawcross. He borrowed the lawnmower last week. Didn't even say thank you.
I say we take him out!
Sonny, please.
He doesn't even say thank you, that stinking testo di cazzo! He has the audacity to...
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
What's he so long for? What's he mowing the 7 Getty planes, that stinking little meatball? Are we gonna cut our grass? With our hands? With our hands? Papa.
Mama. So, Sonny, what do you think we should do? Dining at the Hotel Swank de Posh, even though I didn't do very well at school. I mean, you can struggle and sweat to try and get your GCSEs or your O-levels as much as you like, but once you've got them, no bugger ever wants to see them again. Nobody ever checks. You can lie as much as you want about your qualifications.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, 8:30, Sayle, table for 1.
Of course, sir. What grade did you get in your O-level English, sir?
Grade A.
If I might just see the certificate, sir? Thank you, sir. It says here You only got a D. I'm afraid you'll have to sit over there.
Yeah, Alf. It's this, how you diddling thing. It's not working.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I know why. Like, you know, like with nice to see you nice. The audience knows the second part, don't they? They know what to say, you know what I mean? But, you know, when I say to them, how are they diddling, they don't know what to reply, you know.
Right, right.
I mean, you know, what is the correct answer when somebody asks how you are diddling, you know?
Well, no, I didn't think it through that far, like, you know, but I think it's like sort of, we're diddling fine, like, you know. How are you diddling? We're diddling fine.
Yeah. Like crap.
All right, well, what about, what's the matter you? What's the matter me?
What, the audience says the second part?
Yeah.
That's stupid, isn't it? That's just like two questions. That's like me saying, what do you think of the show so far? And the audience says, what do you think of the show so far? How about this, right? Me, right? What time is it? The audience, it's Bobby time!
Pretentious, I mean, it's all right for your alternatives, like, you know, your Lenny Henrys and your Roy Chubby Browns and all that.
All right. How about this then? I come on stage, right? I go, I'm Bobby. Who are you? And they go, we're the audience.
What?
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I tell you, we are not leaving this table until we think of something. We're staying here until we think of something.
Right.
Ah, you diddling, yeah. You know, it's them Japanese I hate. I mean, they drive on the same side as us, don't they? So it's a lot harder to run them over, you know. Excuse me a minute, I've left a dog backstage.
With the introduction of care in the community, there seems to be more and more mad people wandering the streets shouting. They don't know where they are, what they're doing, what's going on. They seem completely confused. Obviously, the Tories have got a lot to answer for. Seems to me that they're releasing people into the care of the library. Where going?
What man?
Recently, I went to this exhibition. It was a Picasso retrospective. It was crap. It was just a load of photos of him looking over his shoulder. Looking back, what did the Thatcherite 1980s bring us? Well, for me, the 1980s were a very dark, gloomy period. But that's because I was wearing them stupid Ray-Ban sunglasses all the time. I think it's pathetic when you see somebody indoors or on a gloomy day and they're wearing sunglasses and they think they're really cool, you know. What I do is I pretend I think they're blind and I go up and I grab them by the arm and I say, oh, I'll help you, mate, I'll help you. Oh, mate, I'm sorry, you've walked into that lamppost. Oh, I'm sorry, that mate. I've got your arm now, you're all right. Oh, mate, I'm sorry, I've thrown you under that lorry. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, mate. The 1980s also introduced us to the mobile phone. And these days, you see people walking down the street all the time, don't you, going, yeah, do the deal, yeah, They haven't got a phone or anything, they're just going, yeah, do the deal, yeah, okay.
I didn't find that amusing. I didn't find that amusing at all.
We may not like it, but it's come third in several major international awards.
It insults me. It insults us all.
Well, maybe you could send a letter to the Radio Times.
Yeah, that won't do no good. They don't take no notice.
What, so you think maybe we should sort out the problem ourselves?
Damn right.
I'm sorry, sir, you can't come in. The car park's full.
But we've come to kill one of your comedians, Mr. Alexei said.
Go straight in, sir.
Mr. Sayle, comedian, so-called comedian. Is he here? Where is he? Where's he?
He's been very funny today.
Oh, come on, that's me best gag. All right. Any of you Sicilians by any chance? No, she didn't think so. Okay, well, this is a cracking, guys. This is a cracking. These three fat, smelly, stupid Sicilians go into a shop. And one...
Here, in the Zona Roja, the red light district of Caracas, Venezuela. I'm here because I flee from one who every second I dread to hear his footfall. It happened like this. When you dine out in England, as I do, often at restaurants, the same annoying thing happens over and over again. You see, I'm an abstemious person. When I dine out at a restaurant, I just have a glass of water and a tomato. But the whole group that I'm with, they all seem to be on the whole baked warthog. And then the same thing happens every time at the end of the meal. When the bill comes, some clever bastard always says, "No, let's not bother thinking about who had what. Let's just split the bill." It drives me mad. So the other night I was in a restaurant. I just had a glass of Lucasade and a parsnip. Everybody else had had the entire minke whale. The clever bastard said, "Let's split the bill." I couldn't stand it. I jumped up and I did what they call doing a runner. I legged it out the restaurant. Unfortunately, a waiter called Mario saw me. He ran after me saying, "Senor, senor, you have not paid the bill." I jumped on a 38 bus. It took me to Victoria. Mario was close behind in a taxi, but while he bumbled with his change, I got the last ticket on the night train to Paris. Mario instead got the Gatwick Express and caught the first plane to Charles de Gaulle Airport. As I emerged bleary-eyed in the morning from the Gare du Nord, he leapt out from behind a column saying, "Senor, senor, you not paid the bill." I clubbed him with a stale croissant and ran. In the smoky absinthe bar in Montparnasse, I signed on as entertainment officer on a tramp steamer, taking Lisa Stansfield CDs to the souks of Tangiers. All went well until in the Gulf of Hammamet, the lookout spied a powerful Zodiac launch. Crouched over the twin 500cc Johnsons was Mario, going, "Senor, senor, services not included." I panicked and dived into the bay. I swam towards North Africa. He nearly caught me in Cairo, and again in Harare, capital of Zimbabwe. Finally, I walked into Asia. In a small kingdom in the Hindu Kush, I managed to convince them that I was a living god, and they made me king for life. When Mario inevitably turned up, I had him thrown into the deepest dungeon. Unfortunately, the cunning swine conspired with the Kurdish minority to stage a coup d'etat, and again, I had to flee. Now, here I am in South America. Every second, I listen to hear his...
Senor! Hey, senor! Hey, senor! You don't pay the bill! Hey, senor! Come here! You don't pay the bill, senor! Senor!
Yeah, you were right, Alf. But who'd have thought it had ever happened twice, eh?